Hello and welcome to the News on Map India series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be covering topics which are important from General Studies Paper 1, that is Geography Map section. So let's begin with today's session, and the first question is, consider the following statements about Simlipal National Park, and there are three statements given. First, recently it became the 107th National Park of India. Second, it is the world's only home to the melanistic tigers. And third, it comes under the Deccan Peninsular Biogeographic Zone, Chota Nagpur Province and the Mahanadian region. Choose the correct option. Only one and two only, 1, 2 and 3, or none of the above. So let us look at it. So if we will talk about the Simlipal National Park. So Simlipal National Park has recently been given the status of the National Park, and it has become the 107th National Park of India, and it is situated in the state of Odisha. So if we will look at the map of Odisha, on the northeastern side we will be able to find the Simlipal Tiger Reserve and also the Simlipal National Park. So Simlipal National Park is located in the Odisha's Mayurbhanj district and it has been regarded as the 107th National Park of India and is only home to wild melanistic tigers. When we see melanistic tigers, so melanistic tigers are who has the higher quantity of melanin in there, and the skin tone of these tigers is comparatively darker as compared to the other tigers. So they shelter 40 Royal Bengal tigers, that is 25% of Odisha's elephant population, and 104 orchid species. And the Simlipal National Park comes under the Deccan Peninsular Biogeographic Zone, Chota Nagpur Province and the Mahanadian region. Then it is known for its beautiful waterfalls, and the park is surrounded by high plateaus and hills, the highest peak being the twin peaks of Megashini and Kariburu. Then the forest of Simlipal, they are a mix of different types of trees, like for example sal trees, moist deciduous and semi-evergreen types. So this is about the Simlipal National Park. So recently it became the 107th National Park of India. Correct. Then it is the world's only home to wild melanistic tigers. Correct. It comes under the Deccan Peninsular Biogeographic Zone, Chota Nagpur Province and the Mahanadian region. This is also correct. So choose the correct option. All three are correct. So the correct answer becomes option C, that is 1, 2 and 3. Next question. Regarding Indus Waters Treaty, consider the following statements, and this was in news with regard to the Pahalgam terrorist attack which has taken place, and India has suspended the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan. So the three statements given are: the Indus Waters Treaty, signed in the year 1960 in Karachi after 8 years of negotiations between India and Pakistan, was mediated by the World Bank. Second, the treaty allocates the western rivers of the Indus systems. So there are eastern river and western river, and the western river, that is Ravi, Vyas and Satluj, to India for unrestricted use, while the eastern rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, are reserved for Pakistan. And the third statement talks about that the Indus Waters Treaty established a permanent Indus Commission to ensure annual dialogue and cooperation and laid out a 3-tier dispute resolution mechanism. Choose the correct option. So only 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or none of the above. So let us talk about the Indus Waters Treaty. So first of all, about the Indus Waters Treaty. So the distribution of waters of the Indus and its tributaries between India and Pakistan has been done by the Indus Waters Treaty. And the Indus Waters Treaty was signed in the year 1960 in the month of September between India and Pakistan, and with a representation of the World Bank, and it was done after 8 years of negotiation, and it basically deals with that the western rivers and the eastern rivers of the Indus river system, that which country can use how much waters from these rivers. Then partition of India cut across the Indus river basin, which has Indus river plus 5 of its main tributaries. So this is how the map looks like. This is Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, then there is Ravi, Vyas and Satluj. So when we talk about the western river, so there are 3 western river, and that is the Chenab, Jhelum and Indus. So on the western rivers, India's rights over these reserves are limited. So they are limited. Now when we talk about the eastern rivers, so there are three eastern rivers, and that is Ravi, Vyas and Satluj. And India's rights over these rivers, India has the exclusive rights over these rivers. And then we talk about the Indus Waters Commission. So it is a successful story. And once every 5 years, it conducts a general inspection of all rivers in parts, and the total inspection has been done many a times till now. So this is about the Indus Waters Treaty. Now coming on to the statements. The IWT signed in 1960 in Karachi after 80 years of negotiations, correct, between India and Pakistan, was mediated by the World Bank. True. The treaty allocates the western rivers of the Indus system, that is Ravi, Vyas and Satluj. So they are not the western river, they are the eastern river, for unrestricted use, while the eastern rivers are reserved for Pakistan. So eastern rivers are not reserved for Pakistan, western rivers are reserved for Pakistan. So second statement becomes wrong. Coming on to the third statement. IWT established a permanent Indus Commission to ensure annual dialogue and cooperation, correct, and laid out a 3-tier dispute resolution mechanism. This is also correct. First is correct, third is correct, second is wrong. We have to choose the correct option. So the correct option would be 1 and 3. So which one is 1 and 3? It is option C. So the correct answer becomes option C, that is 1 and 3. Next question. Which of the following statements is or are not correct? Is or are not correct about Pahalgaon? Not correct about Pahalgaon. So there are 4 statements given. First, it is located at an altitude of 2,200 meters in the Lidar Valley. Second, Pahalgaon literally means village of the shepherds in Kashmir. Third, it is also an important transit camp on the way to the holy Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. Then, Obera Aru Wildlife Sanctuary is a protected area in Pahalgaon. So out of these 4, which one is incorrect? So first of all, let us talk about Pahalgaon. So recently the terrorist attack which has taken place, it is in news because of it, and it is a beautiful region or a beautiful area situated in Kashmir Valley. And then we talk about Pahalgaon. So go on the name Pahalgaon. So it is basically a village of the shepherds. So that is correct. So B is correct. And if we talk about Pahalgaon, then it is situated in the Lidar Valley. That is absolutely correct. Now look at this map of Kashmir Valley. So it is situated between the Pir Panjal range and the Greater Himalayan range. And this is the area where the terrorist attack took place, and that is Pahalgaon, and it is situated in the Lidar Valley at an altitude of 2,200 meters. So first also becomes correct. D is Obera Aru Wildlife Sanctuary is a protected area in Pahalgaon. Now coming on to the area of Pahalgaon, this is the area of Kashmir and the wildlife sanctuaries or the national parks which are present there. And going by the area of Pahalgaon, so this is the area where Pahalgaon is situated. So Obera Aru is a wildlife sanctuary which is present near Pahalgaon. So this is also correct. Now coming on to the third, that it is an important transit camp on the way to the holy Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. So this is wrong, because when we talk about the holy Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, so it remains in news because recently after a gap of 5 years, India and China are discussing that again the holy Kailash Mansarovar Yatra must start, and this takes place from the region of India to the autonomous region of China, that is Tibet, and it passes through the recent route that is being talked about is through the northern portions of Uttarakhand, that is the area of Pithoragarh, and there is other region also through which it takes place, and that is the Sikkim's Nathula Pass. So as of now, the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra has nothing to do with Pahalgaon. So the incorrect option is option D, and the correct answer of this question becomes option C, because it is asking about the not correct. So the correct answer is option C, because Kailash Mansarovar Yatra has nothing to do with Pahalgaon as of now. Next. Consider the following statements regarding the Saura tribe. And there are 2 statements given. First, it is one of the oldest tribes of Tamil Nadu, mentioned in both the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Second statement is, it has two subgroups, the Sudha Saura, who practice wet cultivation in the plains, and the Langia Saura, who rely on shifting cultivation in the hills. So there is Sudha Saura and the Langia Saura. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. So let us talk about it. Saura tribe, if we talk about. So Saura tribe is basically one of the oldest tribes in the state of Odisha. So it is not related to the state of Tamil Nadu. It is related to the state of Odisha, and it is mentioned in both Ramayana and Mahabharata. And apart from Odisha, it is also found in the regions of Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Assam. Then their unique cultural identity includes ritual art, traditional tattoos and distinct economic groups. And there are two distinct economic groups, that is Sudha Saura in the plains, and then there is Langia Saura in the hills. Sudha Saura in the plains and Langia Saura in the hills. So coming on to the question, it is one of the oldest tribes of Tamil Nadu. No, correct is Odisha. So this becomes wrong. It has two subgroups, Sudha Saura, yes. Wet cultivation in plains, yes. Langia Saura, shifting cultivation in the hills, correct. So first is wrong, second is correct, and the question is asking about the correct statement. So it means only two. So which one is two only? One only, no, two only. So the correct answer becomes option B. Next question. Consider the following pairs. On one side, dam is given, while on the other side, river is given. So that is Kishan Ganga, Jhelum river. Ratil dam is Chenab. Then there is Shahapur Kandi dam on Ravi river. How many of the pairs given above is there are correctly matched? Only one, only two, all three, none. So let us look at this. So if we will, first of all, if we will talk about the Chenab river and the Kishan Ganga dam, which river is there? This is Jhelum, not Chenab. So Jhelum river and Kishan Ganga dam. So we will look at the map. Then this is the river Jhelum. And on the Jhelum river, this dam which is placed is the Kishan Ganga dam, and it is in the region of Kashmir Valley. So Kishan Ganga dam and Jhelum river is correct. Then comes second, that is Ratil dam, Chenab river. So we will go by the Ratil dam and Chenab river. So that is also correct. It is absolutely factual. So if we will talk about the Chenab river, then on the Chenab river, the dam which is present is known by the name of Ratil dam. Then second also becomes correct. Then comes the Shahapur Kandi dam on the river Ravi. So let us see this. So if we will talk about the Shahapur Kandi dam, then the Shahapur Kandi dam is situated. If we will look at the Shahapur Kandi dam, then this is the Shahapur Kandi dam. And if we will talk about the river, then this is the river, and the river on which the Shahapur Kandi dam is situated is the Ravi river. So let us go back to the question. So Shahapur Kandi dam and the river is Ravi. So this also becomes correct. So how many of the pairs given above is there are correctly matched? First, second, third, all three are correct. So the correct answer becomes option C, that is all three. Next question. Regarding the Great Nicobar Island, consider the following statements. So there are three statements given. First, it is the southernmost and largest of the Nicobar Islands. Second is, it is a sparsely inhabited patch of mainly tropical rainforest in the southeastern Bay of Bengal. Third is, Indira Point, India's southernmost point, lies on this island. Then how many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. So let us talk about the Great Nicobar Island. So if we will look at the map, so look at the map of Andaman and Nicobar Island. So Great Nicobar Island is an island of the Nicobar group of islands, and it is situated in the southernmost part of the Nicobar group of islands, and it is the largest among all. So this is the location of the Great Nicobar. This is the location of the Great Nicobar. So Great Nicobar is the southernmost, as it was very clearly seen in the map, southernmost and the largest of the Nicobar Islands, and it is sparsely populated patch of mainly tropical rainforest in the southeastern Bay of Bengal. So very clearly it is present in the Bay of Bengal region, southernmost and largest of the Nicobar group of islands. Indira Point on the island, which is India's southernmost point, is located around 90 nautical miles from Sabang at the northern tip of Sumatra. So the Andaman and Nicobar Island, it consists of 836 islands, and which is divided into two groups, and they are known as the Andaman Islands located in the north and the Nicobar Islands situated in the south, and they are separated from each other by the 10-degree channel. So let us talk about the question. So Great Nicobar Island, consider the following statements. First, it is the southernmost and the largest of the Nicobar Islands, so that is correct. Second, it is a sparsely inhabited patch of mainly tropical rainforest in the southeastern Bay of Bengal, so that is also correct. Third is Indira Point, India's southernmost point, lies on this island, so that is also correct. So question is asking about the correct statements. So all three are correct, so the correct answer becomes option C, that is all three. Next, consider the following statements with respect to the Kashmir Valley. So Kashmir Valley, there are three statements given, so let us look at it. First is the Kashmir Valley is located between the Pir Panjal range and the Great Himalayan range. Second is the Jhelum River. The Jhelum River is the primary river flowing through the Kashmir Valley, shaping its fertile alluvial plains. Third is the Kashmir Valley is a major producer of saffron. How many of the above statements are not correct? Be very clear with the question that it is asking about the incorrect statements. Options given are only one, only two, all three, or none. So let us look at the map. So first of all, if we will talk about the Kashmir Valley, look at this map. This is the map of Kashmir Valley, and very clearly it is placed between, on the one side it has Great Himalayan range, while on the other side it has Pir Panjal range. So this becomes correct. So first is the Kashmir Valley is located between Pir Panjal range and the Great Himalayan range. This is correct. Now the second statement, the Jhelum River is the primary river flowing through the Kashmir Valley. So if we will look at the map, then very clearly in between we can see one river flowing through the Kashmir Valley, and this is the Jhelum River. So basically Jhelum River flows all over the Kashmir Valley, and it is the major river of the Kashmir Valley. So the second also becomes correct. And the Kashmir Valley is major producer of saffron. This is very, very common fact, and this is one of the facts that you should know, that the saffron of Kashmir, also known as kesar, is very, very famous in Kashmir. So how many of the other statements are incorrect? So first is correct, second is correct, third is correct. So if all three are correct and the question is asking about the incorrect statements, it means that which one is correct? All three or none? Now there is when the students gets confused in the examination hall specifically. So statements are all three correct, but the question is asking about the incorrect. So the answer will be option D, that is none of the above. Now moving on to the next question, and this is the practice question, and like always you people will give me the answer in the comments below. So the question is, consider the following statements about Vizhinjam International Seaport Project. First, India's first deep water transshipment port situated in Tamil Nadu. Second, it is positioned to compete with global transshipment hubs like Colombo, Singapore and Dubai, reducing the cost of container movement to and from foreign destinations. So these are the two statements. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. So you people will have to give me the answer in the comments below, and like I always say, you need to go and look at the map of the Vizhinjam port and read the facts about it, and then give me the answer in the comments below. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.